Hey everyone, my name is Mike. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to go over 3 simple exercises that can hopefully help you reduce your knee pain quickly and effectively. If you feel like you can't go out hiking, running, gardening, or even bending down to pick up your kids because of your knee pain, this video is definitely for you. Now, a quick reminder before we get started, these exercises are meant to be educational in nature. If they start causing you more pain than what you're experiencing, or if you have any questions, please check with your doctor or trusted health professional first, because I am not your doctor. So for starters, there are millions of nerve endings going from your brain down your spine all the way to your joints. And each of these nerve endings feeds directly from your joint information all the way back to your brain. The position it's in, how strong it is, how stable it is. And the end result of this is your brain processes everything it gets and then causes pain. And so pain is where there's a mismatch, your brain perceives at least, there's a mismatch between the information that your knee, for example, is feeding back to your brain. And so your brain, in some instances, can cause a signal to be produced that you perceive as pain that's basically just a safety signal. It's basically your brain protecting your joint from any further damage. Even if there isn't any actual damage there, your brain can create a pain signal if and when it perceives it's not exactly safe. Now, sometimes there can be mechanical damage that is a pain signal from your joint all the way up to your brain. However, most of the time, it's more of a mix of your brain giving a signal to your joint that there is maybe a bit of a mismatch there. And so this is more of a protective mechanism from your brain to keep you from doing any more damage, even if there isn't actually something wrong. And so a further mismatch and potentially even worse pain can occur when our vision and our balance, which is in our ears, is actually mismatched. And this part of the brain communicates with the pain receptors in our joints. All of this is interconnected. And so if we can get all of these systems working together and back in sync, we stand a better chance of actually getting control of our pain. Because if our brain perceives that our balance is working, our vision is working, and our joint position and how the joints are moving all together combined with that information is all in sync, our brain will feel safer, and it's much more likely that we can actually get control of our pain. All of this is meant to train the brain to do what we're actually designed to do, to move strongly, with confidence, and ultimately without pain, and therefore we can get back to doing what we actually love to do quicker. All right, so before we get started, we're going to get a bit of a baseline of where we're at. How we're going to do that is we're going to use a scale from 0 to 10 on pain, and even just some movement, again, just to figure out where we are at before we start doing these exercises. So 10 out of 10 on that pain scale is like the worst pain you've ever felt. I would say if you're feeling that, that's where my disclaimer, go see your doctor, is probably relevant here. So please go do that. If you're feeling 10 out of 10 pain, you're watching this, that might be a good thing to go do. If you're feeling a 0 out of 10, great, I'm glad you don't have pain, but you're probably not watching this video, right? So 0 is no pain, 10 is the worst pain you've ever felt. So 5 is kind of, 5 out of 10 would be like, you know, it hurts, it's frustrating you, and that's kind of where we're at right now. So take stock of that, put that in your mind, remember that, because as we go forward, we're going to compare how we were feeling at the start to now how we would be feeling at the end. So the other thing we can do is just, you know, do some movements with our knees, maybe walk a little bit back and forth, just notice if there's any strange sounds or pain comes up as we're walking. So I'll show you kind of what I'm talking about. Right, just some simple movements like that. So once we've done that, keep again in mind how we were feeling there, and we'll jump right into the exercises. But this is our baseline of where we're starting from, and hopefully we do better and are feeling better after we're done today. The other thing before we start that I just want to reinforce is if we're feeling at all unstable or we don't have something beside us like a chair to hold on to, if we're feeling unstable, again, kind of in that realm, 10 out of 10 pain, feeling unstable, we're fresh off of surgery, things like that, I wouldn't recommend participating in this video. let's wait and make sure you see your doctor in person first. All right, so for this first exercise, we're gonna go, of course, back to the vision component, the stability of vision, the input of information from your vision to your balance, to your pain system. All of that is connected in the brain, as I just explained. So this first exercise, we're going to be doing something that is repatterning and retraining our brain to understand that the entire system, which is connected, is safe and secure. So this first exercise, what we're going to do, so we're going to take our finger and have it right in front of us like this, okay? You're going to keep your head straight while this is happening. You're going to bring your finger down slowly and see how my eyes are following my finger without looking down, okay? So again, slowly following, my eyes are following, my head is staying stable until I can't see it anymore, okay? And that's where I would stop. Then I look down again, keep my head upright, look down, follow it, about this speed until I can't see it anymore. Then bring it down again. Okay. Down is 1, up is 1. Okay, so you can do down and up about 4 to 6 times. That's kind of one set of exercises. Okay, so that's the first one we're going to do that's kind of training our vision. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do is also going to incorporate vision, but we also are training this part of our eyes, of our system that is feeding into our brain, connected to our knees, right? All of it is connected. We are going to train fixing our eyes right in front of us here. We're going to bring it to our nose and follow it back and forth slowly, okay? So I'll demonstrate. So we're going to stick our finger out in front of us right here. We're going to look at it, okay? And then we're going to follow it as our finger goes into our nose until either we touch our nose or it becomes double vision, okay? So if we have one finger here, where we would stop is if we start to see 2 fingers as it comes in, let's say right here, that's where we would stop, and then we will follow it back out until our arm is at full extension. We can either, and we can also have a pen, we can use our finger. So that's how you would do that exercise. This would be 1 and 1. Okay, so then 2 and 2, 3 and 3. So we could do it 4 to 6 times. Okay, so that's exercise number 2. Okay, so for this next exercise, we're going to start directly involving our knee. Okay, so we're going to pinch and kind of activate the feeling nerves on the surface of our knee. Just by kind of rolling the skin, you might feel some release in there because often the skin in this area is very tense. Okay, it's very tight. Our muscles, our fascia is all involved in this area. So you're going to pinch. You can go pinch around like this 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Okay, once around, twice around. Okay, so that's a part of this exercise. Now that we've kind of activated our knee and told it that it's there and that we're doing something to it rather than having it be receiving pain signals from the brain, we're giving it information, giving the brain information that our knee is safe and stable. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to kind of stand just a little bit more than shoulder width apart. You can kind of see how this leg has moved over here, my plant leg. So this is my non-hurting knee or non-exercise knee. And what we're going to do is we're going to place our foot kind of facing forward like this. Then we're going to lean into the knee that is hurting. And we're going to put some pressure on it just by leaning into it. And then we're going to do gentle circles going around like this. And what we're feeling for is if there's pain at a range that we're going to. So let's say I put my knee here. If I feel it this far, I want to ease off it, okay? I don't want to feel the pain. I don't want to do it so that it causes pain. I want to go up to that point And then go around, try and do circles at the farthest limit that we can before that pain starts to come back, okay? So just find that place. If it's here, right, and all you can do is these little circles, that's totally fine. We just want to go as far as we can, as deep as we can before pain happens. Come around, do a full circle. And we're just feeling how our knee is doing, okay? We're putting pressure on it up to the point of pain, not so that it causes pain, but once we feel pain, just ease off it again, okay? If you need stability, I don't have a chair here outside, but if you need stability, you're doing this at home, have something to hold on to, feel free, okay? We can do that 6 to 8, 5 to 7 times, okay? Just depending on how it feels. So now what we're going to do is we're going to check and recheck. Remember our baseline, say we're at a 5 or a 6 out of 10 before we started. Now we're gonna walk around. See how our knee is feeling after doing all that, okay? Hopefully it got better for you. For some, you may not feel any different, but what you have done is you've started the training and repatterning of the signals that are going from your brain down to your knee and from your knee back up to your brain, okay? So we're retraining, we're encouraging the knee joint, we're encouraging the brain to create new pathways as we're doing this. So if it didn't get any better this one time, that's totally okay. If it got worse, take a few days off, maybe try it one more time. But of course, if you're doing something like this and it gets worse, that's where you go see your doctor. Again, remember, this is just educational. But hopefully, like for the majority of people that I've worked with, and the reason I'm making this video, these exercises often bring pain down quite significantly. No guarantees, obviously, but hopefully you found this video helpful. If you enjoyed these exercises and you did find it helpful, be sure to like, share, subscribe, let others know about this video, these exercises. Check out my channel for more exercises like this to help you recover from pain. And if you're dealing with pain and you found this useful and you want to work with me in person or online, I have virtual programs where I can help you with this knee pain and get you back doing the activities you love. So with all that said, hope you enjoyed this video. Appreciate you taking the time to listen to me and do these exercises. And always remember to get outside, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.